What do you think of the new setup?
I feel like it's pretty good. I feel like you've totally socially distanced me over in the corner there. Like, if you put a painting, then you wouldn't see me at all. You remember, I got these beads from a local guy here, and hey!
Rafi's Rambles, Rafi's Rambles, Rafi's Rambles.
Hola, you amazing artist, and welcome to the new studio setup.
Hooray!
I believe on our vlog channel, I actually posted a thing where we were switching around the studio. It is done! Dun 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 dun.
Hooray!
Dun 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 dun. Adventures of Rafi and Klee, or Rafi and Klee Adventures?
The Adventures of Rafi and Klee!
Yeah.
The Adventures of Rafi and Klee.
Alright, so we're doing some question and answers. Now, the thing is that we're going to do a separate video for each question because a lot of these questions are really good. And these are questions that came to us through the website. We get so many messages on YouTube itself that it's really hard for us to keep up. Now, that being said, we listen to all the messages.
I'm waiting for my check so I can buy your book.
Aww.
Tangible things.
That's so
I
nice.
have some books left. I love your videos. You and Klee are doing a great job.
Just in case you were wondering if it was like crickets here on YouTube, we do listen to your messages, you guys, and we adore the messages and discussions that you guys have on our comment section.
Yeah, you guys are amazing.
When you guys are like, you guys are so funny, I'm like...
I know, I'm like, our YouTube family is way funnier than we are. Like, they should all have their own channels, too.
During this time of quarantine, we're going to do this. This might be something that we do in the future. It'll allow us to be able to bulk record some of the questions, because honestly, with everything that's been going on, a lot of these questions start adding up on the website. And like I said, these are questions that come from our website. If you go to rafiandklee.com and there's a section that says for artists, and you go in there, there's a button for ask us a question, or do you have a question, or something.
Then you can ask your question and we'll get it
Yeah.
through the magic of email.
Through the magic of email.
We're starting off with a question from Emily, who watches our YouTube videos, and her website is www.pennyhero.net or Instagram /pennyhero. This is probably not the most fun question, but I'm betting you could make a fun and engaging video out of this anyway. I'm starting to think about turning my art hobby into a real business, and I have just started trying to understand things like, when do I need to register as a small business, and how taxes are going to be different? How do I track my 1,100 teeny tiny sources of income? Can you talk about your experience with this side of things, especially early on? How you navigated the business literacy side,
Ooh.
and how you learned how to do business taxes, record keeping, etc. I know it can get complex if there are half a dozen ways an artist sells their art. Online marketplaces like Etsy, Society6, your own website, in-person sales. Any stories about mistakes you made along the way? Oh boy. I don't mean to ask you to give us legal business advice or anything. I would just love to hear the Rafi and Klee style treatment of this topic. By the way, I just ordered a signed copy of your book, Rafi. Hope to support you both in the future, but money has been tight, as you can imagine. Thanks in advance.
Aw, well, thank you.
Emily, this is a great question, and boy, oh boy, have we made mistakes along the way.
Yeah, there have been a lot of there's been a lot of crying. In the very beginning, there was a lot of crying.
That's actually my first piece of advice when you're becoming a business, is you can cry if you want to. You can leave your friends behind.
Yeah, you can leave your friends behind. I come from a family that basically they always kind of ran their own business, which is ironic that I spent 12 years working in corporate after having that experience growing up. I think as a kid, you just do the opposite of what your parents did.
It's true.
So when we started our business, Klee actually was doing all of this, filing for a business and doing all this stuff for the first time and paying taxes.
Yeah, sales tax. I like organization, so I was well suited for it. When I started the whole process, it really did begin with crying, because I like printed out, I downloaded and printed out like the LLC docs and like the sales tax docs, and there was no real like guidance how to fill any of that stuff out.
Right.
And the advice that I got from Rafi's entrepreneur dad was,
You can do whatever. Okay. Bye.
I don't know what that means. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I like guidelines.
By the way, you guys, this video is not legal advice when it
No.
comes to taxes. We are not tax professionals. If you actually have questions about taxes, then definitely go to a tax professional or go to the local county tax office and all that stuff. They're the ones that are going to be able to answer your questions.
And it's going to be different for everyone depending on what state you live in or what country you live in. So basically what I did was I called all the people. And
Right.
I was like, please explain this process to me. Some of them that were local said, come into our office and we'll show you exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Some of them were like, bop, 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 bop. And I was like, okay. And I was taking notes over the phone. And through a lot of calling the humans and crying and trying to fill the things out, I bumbled my way through. As far as when you need to register as a business, that's entirely up to you. Did we need to become an LLC? No.
Probably not. No, because you could be a self-proprietor. Yeah.
You could be a sole proprietor and just do,
Sole-proprietor.
yeah. A
Self-proprietor.
self-proprietor. The reason that we ultimately decided to become an LLC is because we wanted a cool name.
Yeah. We wanted to have our business name, Rafi and Klee Studios. And that
Yeah.
way, because if you become an LLC, then you could have Rafi and Klee Studios on your checks.
Yeah, and we wanted checks that said that.
Yeah, and a business account.
As far as tracking your multiple sources of income, a lot of artists use programs like QuickBooks and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm old school, so I don't use QuickBooks. I use notebooks.
Yeah, she's
Literally,
a lot of notebooks.
I track all of our revenue and our expenses in these little field notebooks that are color coded.
Yeah.
And I basically just keep track of it every day along with having a mileage log. One thing we do that's very helpful.
She said do.
One thing the business world is full of do.
Yeah, it is.
One thing we do is we have one account that is allocated for our business, meaning all of our income and all of our expenses go into and out of this one account, which makes it really easy to keep track of.
And then we have our personal accounts. And so there's transfers of monies that takes place there. I want to make something clear because I think that a lot of what's confusing for people is they hear taxes and immediately they think federal taxes, they think state taxes, and everything kind of gets combined.
Yeah.
When you're registering your business and you're going to pay taxes, you're paying your local county taxes on the stuff that you're selling in your county. And right now, even selling online for most states, you have to charge taxes for wherever your nexus is. And that'll be something that we cover in a different video.
Yeah.
But as far as your local tax, if you're doing business locally, then you want to register with the tax office, get a peddler's, well, here in Florida, it's called a peddler's
We're called
license.
retail peddlers.
Retail peddlers. We peddle our
wares.
I feel like we're like, hey, take a look.
Care to see these goods and services that we're offering?
The best way, I think, would be what you did with, even with all the crying and stuff, is just go to your local tax office and ask them all the questions. Don't not ask them something because you're like, oh, should I ask this? Like, or is this a stupid question? There are no stupid questions. Listen, we're artists. As far as like going out and like learning all the local tax laws and all that stuff, that's why we don't really worry about that. We've always had a bookkeeper. I want to focus on the art and what I'm doing. Taxes, those are numbers.
Keep track of your income, your expenses, and your mileage, and hire a professional to put it all together for you for IRS purposes.
That's our advice is don't take tax advice from us.
As far as federal taxes, we basically spent like a week crying over federal taxes.
Oh yeah, the first time we tried doing it, we spent over a week. We were stressed out. And then on top of, even after that, we were like, you know what, let's go to a tax person.
Yeah, we were trying to use, what was it, TurboTax? It was not Turbo. Hire a professional when it comes to federal taxes. Tax law changes every year, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, you don't want to have to keep track of that stuff.
But if you have one account that all your income funnels into, and then you can take those monies and use them for business expenses. If you need to use some of those monies for personal expenses because you're a human who needs things like groceries and paying or whatever you need, then you do what's called a personal draw into a personal account for your personal use.
Even that, you're going to want to talk to your tax professional about. Here's my advice. Talk to a tax professional. If you're interested in doing the whole thing with your business, in your local county, go to your local county tax office. They will be the ones that guide you in what it is that you need to do.
Yeah, they were the first people I talked to before we even registered as a business.
Yep.
If you want to become a business, then it's usually done through your Secretary of State, but most everything you need to know will be through your county.
If you go to the tax office, you could have your business name.
Yeah.
So, like the original business name that I was thinking, which was Rafi is the coolest.com.
Rafi, he's so cool.
Can'tstoparting.net.
Yeah, I art all the time in the studio. Klee arts so much.
Probably
so
the
much
most.
Arting. There's so much arting.
I'm doing the most daily with arting.
Thank you, Emily, for this question. And listen, congratulations on the fact that you are taking your business, your art business, and going full on professional. Super proud of you, and keep moving forward. Don't let it scare you. Just go to the tax office, go to whoever it is that you need to talk to, and ask them all the questions. There are no stupid questions. Just ask them all the questions. Be as inquisitive as you possibly can. That way, if there's anything that is keeping you from taking that step or moving forward, then at least that way you could conquer that. Because it's fear of the unknown that keeps us from doing what it is that we want to do. So congratulations on taking that step.
Yeah, and you guys, tax people, they're not that scary. Everyone I've talked to is really nice.
Yeah.
In fact, when I called our tax office with all my questions, they were even like, oh, that's a question that we're going to pretend like you didn't say that. Like, don't ever say that to a tax person again, just FYI.
And that's it. Thank you, Emily, again for that question. You were awesome. Keep moving forward and doing your thing. And if any of you have any questions for us, please go over to the website and go to the For Artists section, and you'll see the button on there to ask us a question. If you have your own stories about your first taxes experience as a full-time artist, just leave those in the comment section below. We'd love to hear those. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. You guys are absolutely freaking amazing. I totally adore you. And stay safe. Stay awesome.
Be kind to yourself and each other, and have a good day.
Adios.